it.
Let's go ahead.
All right. And next up on the list, a very popular thing.
Lost episode.
Lost episode.
Lost Epi.
Is something that you may or may not have heard of. It's
Everybody heard of
called
it. Squidward suicide.
Squidward finally does himself in. Just like the animators have wanted for years. Like, you guys have seen the newer ones, right? Where he's like, I just can't be happy. And he hangs up like this rope.
Yeah, this rope.
JK was a birdcage. Oh.
Yeah, they might have like known about that. That's probably why they made that. Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, this is a big one.
Squidward's just been getting like, in the original he was really grumpy, but like also like bad things happened to him, but he deserved it whenever bad things happened.
Yeah,
and now bad things just kind of happened to him, and he's like, what did I do? Like there's an entire episode where he's just trying to run away from SpongeBob. Never
forget about House Fancy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that can be a creepypasta. That'll be like, yeah, that's good creepypasta stuff.
SpongeBob is already a creepypasta.
Especially if it's one passed off at like the creative art project that he made for like an adult program. But whatever, let's see.
Breaks off toenail.
Yeah, breaks off toenails. Broken toenails.
All right.
Right off the bat, it's not capitalized. Good, that's nice. Just wanted to start off by saying, if you want an answer at the end, prepare to be disappointed. There just isn't one.
What's the question? What was the question?
An answer, okay.
What was the question?
What's the question, though?
It's just the question of how high am I?
How high was I when I witnessed this?
It was like, was this real? Am I dreaming?
How young was I when I wrote this story? The answer will surprise you.
The answer will surprise you. You'll be like, how did you turn on the computer? Alright. I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios for a year in 2005 for my degree in animation. I wasn't paid, of course, for a year. So you had an internship for a year, and
so
you were not paid.
You were getting ripped off for a year.
For a whole year.
And a degree for animation. Why were you
You're an intern at Nickelodeon
for a whole year, unpaid.
Did you not have a demo reel that you submitted to them?
But yeah, but like I feel like that would be like they'd have to pay you for a whole year of being an intern.
Yeah, you can't just do free labor. That's
illegal.
But it did have some perks beyond education.
They'll pay you extremely little, but
they paid you nothing.
It did have some perks beyond education. To adults, it might not seem like a big one, but most kids at the time would go crazy over it. So
I don't think we would.
No,
I don't think we would for
not Nickelodeon.
Like
not Nickelodeon.
If you believe the bullshit from high school that like you need it for experience. You need it.
From our experience in internships so far,
no.
I would say not. You wouldn't need.
You don't need it.
Like
you don't want it.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. This story is trying to get you into it.
The businesses just try to do that so they can get free labor. Because you're getting experience. You dumbass.
Feels real good. All right. To adults, it might not seem like a big one, but most kids will go crazy over it.
Alrighty.
Now, since I worked directly with the editors and animators, I got to view the new episodes days before they aired.
No, you didn't.
I'll get right to it without giving too many unnecessary details, you will. They had very recently made the SpongeBob movie, and the entire staff was somewhat sapped of creativity, so it took them longer to start up the season.
That and the creator left.
But the delay lasted for more upsetting reasons.
Oh, the delay lasted longer.
There was a problem with the series for premiere that set everyone and everything back for several months.
An upsetting problem. All right.
This happened with wait. You remember that year where a bunch of cartoons just stopped airing for some reason?
There was?
Yeah, it was like maybe a period of 6, 7, 8 months. Like, I remember Avatar, it stopped at episode 12. Like, it was like nothing else after, like, Anticipation, and then like it was probably like several months after that, and then they didn't have any more. Like, it's like it just stopped after the first season, episode 12. There was something with Nickelodeon.
First season, episode 12. I don't know.
That was way back then, like 2006.
I don't remember.
Or something like that. Anyway, me and two other interns were in the editing room along with the lead animators and sound editors for the final cut. We received the copy that was supposed to be Fear of a Krabby Patty and gathered around the screen to watch. Now, given that it isn't final yet, animators often put up a mock title card, sort of an inside joke for us, with phony, oftentimes lewd titles such as How Sex Doesn't Work instead of Rockabye Bivalve? Bivalve? Bivalve. When SpongeBob and Patrick adopt a sea scallop, nothing particularly funny, but work-related chuckles. So when we saw the title card Squidward's suicide, we didn't think it more than a morbid joke.
Animators would do that.
Well, right now it's no longer a morbid joke. It's just morbid.
It's not a joke. It's really scary.
It's just really scary if you see that.
The writers are already kind of pushing.
Okay. One of the interns did a small throat laugh at it.
Why did you say that? You could just like, well, it made one of the interns chuckle. You could have said that.
It's a throat laugh.
Is a throat laugh with their lips closed or like like that kind of? Isn't that it?
Or something like that.
I'm happy. The happy-go-lucky music plays as is normal. The story began with Squidward practicing his clarinet, hitting a few sour notes like normal.
Being shit at clarinet. Gotcha.
We hear SpongeBob laughing outside and Squidward stops, yelling at him to keep it down as he has a concert that night and needs to practice. SpongeBob says okay and goes to see Sandy with Patrick. Brah! The bubble splash screen comes up and we see the ending of Squidward's concert. This is when things began to seem off.
How did he get a venue?
Yeah, that's like a joke that he never gets.
While playing, a few frames repeat themselves, but the sound doesn't. At this point, the sound is synced up with animation, so yes, that's not common. But when he stops playing, the sound finishes as if the skip never happened. There is slight murmuring in the crowd before they begin to boo him. Not normal cartoon booing that is common in the show, but you could very clearly hear the malice in it.
Fuck you! Boo!
Get off the stage!
Get off the stage, you bitch!
Yeah, it's very
Squidward's
malicious.
Squidward's in full frame and looks visibly afraid.
Yeah.
The shot goes to the crowd with SpongeBob in center frame, and he too is booing, very much unlike him.
Okay.
That isn't the oddest thing, though. What is odd is everyone had hyper-realistic eyes.
Hyper-realistic eyes!
I remember that. Very detailed. Clearly not shots of real people's eyes, but something a bit more real than CGI.
What?
So,
wait,
what do you mean? Like,
what does hyper-realistic even mean?
Hyper-realistic is like...
You can just be like they're realistic, not hyper-realistic.
Well, like hyper-realistic is like, you know...
How do you get more realistic than realistic?
If it's more real than real life.
He's like calling
because you draw.
Yeah.
You draw
like,
it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Not hyper-realistic.
Well, I mean,
that's too good, too realistic.
So then you could just call it realistic.
No, because realistic is having regular human-looking eyes. But they're not human. They're just.
I think they made up hyper-realistic. That can't be real.
That's a word, though.
Hyper and realistic, but not together.
You want to look it up?
I mean, it's like, how do you get more realistic than
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay. The pupils were red. Some of us looked at each other, obviously confused, but since we weren't the writers, we didn't question its appeal to children yet.
Really?
You don't have to be a writer to be like, yeah, this kind of.
They're stupid interns.
This kind of.
Maybe.
Hey, this kind of fucked.
It's like we were not paid to do this.
We're not paid. We're not getting paid. We're not gonna speak up. Screw you guys.
Shot goes to Squidward sitting on the edge of his bed, looking very forlorn.
Oh, again, forlorn.
Oh, those words. The view.
The source, Daddy.
The view out of his porthole window. Porthole window is of a night sky, so it isn't very long after the concert.
Maybe it's the next day at night.
Yeah.
You ever think of that? Huh?
Yeah.
The unsettling part is at this point there is no sound, literally no sound. Not even the feedback from the speakers in the room. It's as if the speakers were turned off, though their status showed them working properly or perfectly. I guess.
Yeah.
In that one moment, he just sat there, blinking in this silence for about 30 seconds. Then he started to sob softly. He put his hands, tentacles, parentheses.
Wait, what? He put his hands.
Hands, tentacles.
Make sure he has tentacles.
Parentheses.
The author was like, should I write hands or should I write tentacles?
I'm not sure what to describe it as.
They're his hands, but they're also his tentacles. Well, I'll just make sure that they know
you were in this studio for a year. You should know it's tentacles.
Little bit of care, little bit of care, I guess.
Yeah.
He put his tentacles over his eyes and cried quietly for a full minute more.
That's forever.
60 seconds of crying.
So the animated Squidward crying for 60 seconds.
All the while, a sound in the background very slowly growing from nothing to barely audible. It sounded like a slight breeze through a forest.
It's very relaxing.
Oh my god, I don't want to do it to this kind of ASMR. The screen slowly begins to zoom in on his face. By slow, I mean it's only noticeable if you look at shots 10 seconds apart side by side.
That's very slow. That's too slow to even
What
mention.
the hell? Okay, his sobbing gets louder, more full of hurt and anger.
Oh, God.
The screen then twitches a bit as if it twists in on itself for a split second, then back to normal. The wind through the trees gets the wind through the trees sound gets less slowly louder and more severe, as if a storm is brewing somewhere. The eerie part is this sound and Squidward sobbing sounded real, as if the sound wasn't coming from the speakers, but as if the speakers were holes. The sound was coming through from the other side.
Yeah, that's what speakers are.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do you mean?
Where, if not the speakers, where is it coming from? In the walls?
It's almost like the sound was coming from
the walls.
The
walls.
walls.
It wasn't coming from the speakers. It was coming from
the other
holes
side, from
inside the speakers.
Holes inside the speakers.
Hell yeah!
Like speakers, right?
Yeah, like some kind of speaker.
Oh god!
No, but he's like it's so real.
Are they complimenting the sound quality?
Good sound design on this thing.
Good. That's amazing sound quality.
Damn.
Yeah, unless he wants to be like there's something paranormal about this, but no.
No, he's like the studio's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
As good
the
as
audio quality cannot be this good.
They're pranking the interns. That's what's happening.
As good as sound as the studio likes to have, they don't purchase the equipment to be that good to produce sound of that quality. They would. They are a studio, you know.
Studio, but then again, they're showing this to interns. So
2005.
Yeah, they go in the cheap room.
2005. We had better speakers than that. Below the sound of the wind and sobbing, very faint, something sounded like laughing. It came at odd intervals and never lasted more than a second. How did you pick that up? Yeah. So you had a hard time pinning it. You watched the show twice, so pardon me if things sound too specific, but I've had time to think about that.
Did he say at the beginning that he spares the details?
Yeah. But you told us everything. After 30 seconds of this, the screen blurred and twitched violently and something flashed over the screen as if a single frame was replaced. The lead animation editor paused and rewound frame by frame. What we saw was horrible. It was a still photo of a dead child.
God damn it.
Wow. It couldn't have been more than 6. I think this video was actually made though.
No,
kind
but
of.
they wouldn't put that in.
No, they did.
They did make a video, but they wouldn't put that in.
They did, kind of.
That's just out of place. Why would it? What's the? Go. You don't have to read this. Yeah, you don't have. You should not read this. It's just horrible, like describing a dead child on some road.
Okay, the most upsetting part was that there was a shadow of the photographer. There was no crime tape, no evidence tags or markers, and the angle was completely off for a shot designed to be evidence.
He's like, the most disturbing part was that it wasn't on a crime scene. What difference does it make?
It would seem the photographer was the person responsible for the child's death. How do you know?
Or maybe he was just some guy who saw the body on the road.
Or maybe
he's like, hey honey, take a picture of the
kid.
Oh my god. We were of course mortified. Who wouldn't? But pressed on, hoping that it was just a sick joke.
Okay, animators can be like.
Well, you're not gonna put it
freaky, but you wouldn't put a picture of a dead child.
You can't put, yeah, and it was very graphic, like how they said the child was like.
But then I don't know because like there was an actual video made with this.
Yeah, they did make it, but it's only like the last part.
Yeah, the screen flipped back to Squidward. still sobbing louder than before and half body in frame. There was now what appeared to be blood running down his face from his eyes. The blood was also done in a hyper realistic style, looking as if you touched it. Looking as if you touched it, you'd get blood on your fingers.
Yes, if you touch blood, you'll get blood on your fingers.
Yeah. Let me touch the blood that's running down your face.
Oh no, I got blood on my fingers. He never said if you touch the screen, you'll get blood on your fingers.
The wind sounded now as if it were that of a gale blowing through the forest. There were even snapping sounds of branches. The laughing, a deep baritone lasting at longer intervals and coming more frequently. After about 20 seconds, the screen again twisted and showed a single frame photo. Wait, again? The editor.
Oh, alright.
Editor was reluctant to go back. We all were, but he knew he had to. This time the photo was
it's another dead child. Yeah. You don't have to. It's horrible. It's just like bad. It's like not scary.
I mean,
just like creeped out yet?
I know, like I like horrible, brutal, violent things like as much as the other guy. But if you just pop him into your story for no reason,
then it's
just like so like it's such bad taste. It's just like
okay. After about
he had a choke back vomit and it was horrible.
Okay, about 5 seconds after the second photo I played, Squidward went silent, as did all sound, like it was when this scene started. He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in hyper realism. There's that word again. There's that word again.
I prefer ominous over hyper realistic now.
This is our new meme.
Oh god.
Like the others were in the beginning of this episode. They were bleeding, bloodshot, and pulsating. How do you know if it's pulsating? Like it's glowing? It's like
boom, boom.
You picture a pulsating thing like a heartbeat, like like going like that.
It's like a big old veiny dick. Yeah.
Sure.
Indeed.
He just stared at the screen as if watching the viewer. After about 10 seconds, he started sobbing again.
Yeah.
This time not covering his eyes. The sound was piercing and loud, and most fear-inducing of all is his sobbing was mixed with screams.
So the children?
So he got booed out of like a bad show.
Tears and blood were dripping down his face at a heavy rate. The wind sound came back, and so did the deep voice laughing. And this time, the still photo lasted for a good 5 frames. Again?
Wait, 5 frames?
God damn it!
That's the fuck. Okay.
That's not very long.
Again.
That's like.
Why did they keep stopping it? Why
Animator was able to stop it before time.
Don't read that. It's horrible. Why would they keep on stopping and looking at this? Like,
there's so much gore.
Yeah, no, it's like
it's like children. Okay, like
it's just horrible, like children being mutilated. How is that like?
If it's like a horror thing, then maybe. But if it's
not even as a horror thing,
I guess they tried too hard.
It's a thing about SpongeBob.
Yeah, no, like he's just putting it in to like. Let's see.
There was an animator, and he made a picture
the
of a
lead
dead child.
Okay.
Put it in the thing.
Okay.
Like, why?
Yeah, no, because like
this is SpongeBob. Come on.
Yeah, no, like he just put it in for no reason. Like
he put 3, maybe four photos of dead children.
Yeah, and they're all horrible. Like, it's kids being kids being gutted.
An entire paragraph.
Why would he
put
it in? No,
we just skipped 3 paragraphs of kids.
Horrible kid murder.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite manga authors is Kago Shintaro, and he has tons of horrible like horrible fetus and children mutilation. But like it's done in a comedic way. He's like, "Isn't this horrible?" You're like, "Yeah, it's horrible, man."
Yeah.
But no, they're like as my horror story, and then there was dead babies. And then now let me describe it to you very, very grotesquely.
Well, you want details.
No, but why though? It doesn't serve anything. He just like, this story isn't very scary. Let me just put in some dead kids.
Creepy picture.
Okay.
Maybe a creepy picture of like a kid doing something creepy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like a dead kid.
Yeah, just
why?
No, and like it was horrible the way he described it. It's just not great. It's just lazy writing. Just so people later are like, I was really disturbed. You're like, yeah.
Was it Squidward who went up and killed those kids or
no,
something? Like, what the fuck?
No, it was like no shit. You got disturbed. It was dead children. You don't want an award for a good story.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I've stabbed you. You're bleeding. Yes.
being a vegan and sharing some animal. This is how your food is made.
Yeah.
Your food is made by turning you into vegetables, and then you become goblin feed.
You then become goblin food.
This
is upsetting me. Just
the lead. Going. Okay. The lead sound editor told us to stop. He had to call in the creator to see this. Mr. Hillenberg arrived within about 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was called down there, so the editor just continued the episode. Once the few frames were shown on screen, while sound again stopped. Squidward was just staring at the viewer, full frame of the face for about 3 seconds. That's okay. Shot quickly panned out, and that deep voice said, Do it!
Do it!
Just do it! And we see in Squidward's hands a shotgun.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Alright.
He immediately puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger.
Whoa.
Realistic blood and brain matter. Realistic blood and brain matter splats the wall behind him in his bed, and he flies back with the force.
Yeah.
The last 5 seconds of this episode show his body on the bed on his side, one eye dangling on what's left of his head above the floor, staring blankly at it. Then the episode ends.
Where did he get his shotgun?
Mr. Hillenberg is obviously angry at this. He demanded to know what the heck was going on.
Oh, look at that. So he'll describe horrible dead children, but he won't say what the hell. What the heck was going on, but not say hell. What the hell is going on?
Okay, most people left the room at this point, so it was just a handful of us to watch it again.
Watch it? Why would he watch it again?
Viewing the episode twice only served to imprint the entirety of it in my mind and caused me horrible nightmares. I'm sorry I stayed.
Why would he want to?
I'm sorry you stayed.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry you exist.
The only theory we could think of was the file was edited by someone in the chain from the drawing studio to here. You don't draw that into a.
You can't draw that in.
You take a picture.
So you mean someone like fully edited an entire episode and sent that one in instead?
And put in some dead babies in there.
Yeah, put some dead children.
The CTO was called in to analyze what happened. When it happened, the analyst of the file did show it was edited over by new material. However, the timestamp of it was a mere 24 seconds before we began viewing it. All equipment involved was examined for foreign software and hardware as well as glitches, as if the timestamp may have glitched and showed the wrong time, but everything checked out fine. We don't know what happened, and to this day nobody does. There was investigation due to the nature of the photos, but nothing came of it. No child scene was identified and no clues were gathered. How can you not? Gathered from the data involved, nor physical clues in the photos. I never believed in unexplainable phenomena before, but now that I have something something happen.
Yeah, it's weird.
I can't prove anything about it beyond anecdotal evidence. I think twice about things. That's it.
That's it, I guess.
That's all you get from this?
That's all you get.
That's the moral of the story is not you got fucked up by these pictures.
No, just now I don't question. I think twice about things.
You don't think twice about what you do.
So
it's not that I got horrible PTSD from these photos.
From seeing dead children.
Yeah, you don't say.
Twice.
It's four times.
No, four times.
It was like four.
So
yeah.
8 times then, because he had to watch it twice.
Yeah, you watched it twice, and you're like, oh, can't wait to see the dead babies again.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, this was just it was just like disgusting. The fact that they do that.
What was that comment?
Like comments.
Lol, I remember that creepypasta scared for life. Was that what it said?
Yeah, the comment was lol. I remember this creepypasta scared me for life.
Yeah, this is kind of old
scarred
as well.
It's very old. It's like probably the beginning.
I probably read this a long time ago, but forgot about it.
And it's pretty much the worst thing ever.
I heard it explained.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, explained. Yeah, explained it. Yeah.
That's like great. They explained it. He's like, I don't want to go into full details, but I will anyway.
At the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Just want to start off by saying, if you want an answer at the end, prepare to be disappointed. There just isn't.
No, yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm actually disappointed in your conclusion.
He's like, the video was edited 24 seconds before we began watching it.
24 seconds?
Yeah.
Who?
Flash?
Who took it?
A ghost.
In 24 seconds. Caspian.
Yeah, it was a spooky ghost.
Casper edited.
The ghosts of those children were like, hey, these are where our bodies are. Go get them.
Yeah.
Go get them, yeah? Yeah. Go
Okay.
Alright.
Do you have anything else to read?
I love SpongeBob.
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay. Let's do it. You read next one.
Oh, okay.
Done read it in Cancer's voice. Read it